At the solemn request of our new king, the royal geomancer has determined that the new capital of the Shang dynasty is to be at a site that shall henceforth be known as Zhengzhou. It will be located on a hill overlooking the river. To ensure the security of the city, engineers have already been at work on the city's fortifications. Use the guidelines of feng shui to help locate an appropriate site for the king's palace. Establish an elite neighborhood of lavish xiewans and designate 1 or 2 wards for common citizens. Bales of hemp must be procured through trade, as it cannot be grown here. Fortunately, there are other cities looking for wood and ceramics. A ferry will provide access to the abundant deposits of copper ore on the far side of the river. The bronze will be of use not only for bronzeware, but also for weapons. Begin training and equipping some infantry without undue delay. You just might need them, as barbarians covet the riches of our land.
G'day mates, welcome back to Emperor. Today we're heading into Zhengzhou. I don't know if I can pronounce that particularly well, but Zhengzhou, we'll do our best to keep that on the side. Now it looks like no hemp can be growing here. That sounds like a bit of a fun one, a bit of a challenge at least. And may have some military. Hopefully what I'll do is I'll try and hold out on this mission. I won't go too quickly in an effort to actually show you guys a little bit of the military in this game. I don't consider myself a particularly good military fighter, mainly because I don't have a huge amount of experience with Emperor. But we'll head on in and we will see if we can slow it down. We'll see if we can take them on. This is pretty small. I mean, it's a pretty big area, let's be honest here. It should be sufficient. But, we'll see if we can manage. And you can see some very, very barren land up here. Where are we? Where is Zhengzhou? In the center here, so I'm not sure where this barren stuff is. It must be on top of a mountain or a hill. And there is no farming on the lower level, probably a little bit over here actually. You can get a couple of farms in there. And if possible, it might be nice to get some farming in there, although I'm not sure just how we're going to approach this just yet. Looks like all the copper ore is over here on the other side, so we will need a water crossing, and I'll probably have to figure out, there they are, ferries. Yep, looks like it's very similar to Pharaoh. So one other thing, or a couple of other things we need. Cabbage, we've got 3 food types here, we've got 4 with those. We have mulberry trees, that means silk, which is good. Can we... bronze, we've got weavers and jade carvers, very useful to know. I stuffed that up a little bit last mission. Kilns and everything, logging sheds and clay pits. I think we are well suited to begin planning out here. I'm going to spend a little bit of time and I'll be back once I know how to approach it. Okay then mates, we are fairly well set up. I've gone through about probably more than a third of our money. I think we started with 12,000. So yeah, a fair bit. Now this is the housing block that I will be using. You can see it's a little bit messy here because this gate got in the way. I didn't quite counter enough space to have gardens behind here. But this will all look nice and set up. This is how I will be using it pretty much for the rest of the game. Now this is a, what's the word? This is a 58 tile loop. I have a little bit of space here for more beautification down here, but I decided to forego that in an effort to just get this stuff here. I may even throw in, let's be generous and throw in a little bit of Grand Way right there, just to, didn't work at all apparently, doesn't matter. I put gardens down the center here when we have the income coming in shortly. This should hold a fair swath of people. We've got enough room for a tax office and everything can level up. All these buildings can level up as I put gardens around them. Now we've got here a marketplace, all this stuff set up there. We've got a silkworm shed down here that will have the stuff thrown down once of course it recognises there is a shed there. We have 2 farms to grow 3 crops of food. That should be sufficient for the time being, I think. Probably going to start with just 2 crops and I can throw in a 3rd at a later date once I have the staff to work it. I may even not need a 3rd. So I have 3 types of food here, which will allow me to get up to at least the same level as before. We've got fish coming in, quite a few fish actually. We've got a little ferry crossing over here, so I can throw my my ore mining processes down there. Probably have a big industrial setup just across here for you know, for weapons and bronzeware and so on and so forth. And there should be enough room down here to expand our silk if we require more. If I forego that 3rd farm, we'll see how we go there anyway. Okay, in an effort to get the jump on our people, I'm thinking of sending off... Hang on. My city has to tick over a little bit. Let's not worry about that just yet. But I'm going to send out, once our first people move in, I plan on... Employees needed, yes, I'm aware of that. Let's put industry at a low priority for now. And actually, let's go back in and put safety at a high priority so that our things don't burn down. Now I'm going to require... Where are the people coming from? Must be coming from somewhere. Okay, that's interesting. Trade with Bo has opened up. Let's have a look what Bo will do with us. They will buy bronzeware, very nice. They'll buy carved jade, good because we can make it, I think. And they will sell us the hemp that we require. Very, very nice. Now, where are the people coming from? There they are. It took a little while coming in for some reason. Either way, our people are now moving in. Now, can we send off? Yes, we can. We can start sending off gifts. I'm going to send off some very small gifts of cash to Bumpo, Khufu, and Baoji for the time being. I may... let's send off some nomad camps as well. We may be able to trade with them, although no doubt they will be the people attacking us. That's why this is a military mission. But we'll see how we go here. We'll find out where the... their little emissaries coming out of nowhere. Normally they come out of your palace or administrative centre, but we haven't got one of those built, so they're just appearing from some unconstructed houses. Either way, once we know what we can trade, then we can start planning how to approach the money-making side of this mission. Okay, the cash has arrived. Let's have a look here. The nomads will produce jade, very, very useful. You will buy bronzeware, great. You'll buy silk. Okay, Khufu are the people to go. They also produce jade, so I think we'll start off with Khufu once we have our silk production going nicely. And then we can synergize with Bo and export the carved jade. Let's have a look what else. Actually, will Khufu sell us? No, they need hemp. They won't sell hemp. You need carved jade as well, so we'll move on to you later. You will sell us more hemp though, which is great. And not much else. Baoji will produce bronze we don't need. They're not particularly useful to us. So I think Khufu will be the people we start with. And to that end, we're going to need to get some silk. So harvest is in September. Do we have any people there? No, we do almost no people at all. So basically no one is going to be growing anything. But we'll set up a little silk trade stuff out here and we'll be well sorted. Okay, we have ourselves a little bit of silk. With that, let's send some off to Khufu. Let's send them a very small gift of silk. I probably should have actually opened up immediately. Let's see if I can open up trade, see if that will work or not, because I did send them a small monetary gift. If that works, then we can save our silk for export. If that does not work, then perhaps next time I need to jump the gun a little bit quicker. High unemployment is a little bit of a problem, but I think we can take care of that. Our next step is probably going to be to move on to... I need to import hemp, but I also need to move on to other sorts of import and export. You will buy bronzeware. We need to get bronze. Who gives us bronze again? No, you need silk clothes. We can sell that silk shortly. It's the jade carvers that we need to work on next. So once this works, I'll get the artisans, I'll get our jade carvers down, and we will be well sorted. Looks like the trade agreement was rejected. I perhaps should have jumped on that a little bit quicker. What we're going to do now is tempt them with a small gift of silk. They're going to see that silk and they are going to absolutely love it. Wave that under their nose a little bit. While we're here as well, let's... not a huge amount of food, but I think we have sufficient for the time being. Let's send some gifts off to our people. Okay, Khufu is not making themselves well liked at the moment. They are demanding silk. So we will dispatch that. They are now grateful for our silk, which has arrived. So hopefully that'll mean that they are going to trade with us. Let's send off and see if we can open trade yet again. And there we go. Trade with Khufu is opening up now. They are being real dicks about this. We are a little bit low on our cash, but we can get that placed down and we can begin selling all the silk. It's only 12 per year, but it will be a good start. We can only grow so much raw silk anyway at any given time. Looks like... yeah, jade. I think I'm going to wait till I export some silk before I start importing jade. Even better, Khufu is now willing to buy more silk. They're very, very happy with it. With that though, we're going to start importing jade from Khufu. 24 might be a little bit high considering we can only sell 12 per year. So I'm going to bring in, I think 6 to begin with should be sufficient. If I need more, I can up that later. We've only got 4 jade carvers here anyway. But with that, we'll start exporting all the carved jade that we're making. And those two there, between the silk and the carved jade, should cover us for the early part of the city. Okay, the cash is beginning to flow. Everybody is working nicely. With that, I think we need to start figuring out our next course of action. It will probably be to level these houses up because we're a little bit low on people here. So your job is going to be getting hemp, which you're already doing, and getting ceramics. So with that, we're going to start importing hemp. 12 per year should be sufficient. That's all we can get for now. So 12 per year will be enough to level these guys up. That'll once we get a bit of hemp in, I will start leveling those guys up. With that, we can throw down a hemp shop in preparation for it. Now, next up, once we do that, we're going to need to look at possibly military stuff very shortly. So let's think about where we're going to place our bronze smelters. Now, there's call to put them over here. That is not necessarily a bad idea, although it may be more efficient. If I can find some, yeah, place them near the cliffs here. If I place them over here, I think we will be probably better suited. They'll have longer to travel, but we can keep all our industry on this side. Okay, I've been hunting around for a bit of good feng shui. I've decided that out here is a very nice place for our administrative city. So if I throw that down, it should mean that we can... Employees needed, yet we're working on that. It should mean that we can now throw down at least 1 military fort. We will require more to level them up further. So before you've got the admin city down, you can only place... We can place 0 forts. Having the admin down, we can place 1 fort. Having the palace down should allow us to, should allow us to place a 2nd fort, if my memory serves correctly, and then additional forts come from having elite housing fully staffed, or having it leveled up and lived in will give us more and more military fort access. So with that, let's start having at least 1 infantry fort down. Ooh, what do they require for feng shui? Looks like they require the edge of the map. So, yep, looks like these guys are going to be placed out of feng shui access. Well, this is kind of cool. Placing it here, I have bad feng shui. If I move my mouse down here, I can't actually move it to a different location, but it does apparently have good feng shui there. That is possibly a bug. It could even be a display bug and not actually affect the game. Yeah, okay, no, I can't build there at all. That's a bit shit. In the meantime, though, the nomad camp is coming to invade us. Let's get sorted quick smart. We'll get that one placed down, and we're probably going to need... I can't place another one. We need to get that military stuff sorted quickly. Alright, at this point, the nomad camps are coming in 1 month. We have a very paltry military. We've got 2 guys here. That appears to be, what's that? 8, 9, 10, 11 guys there. I think 16 is the maximum, so we're not far off 2/3 with these guys. But, yeah, we're not going to have a full military fort in time for the invasion. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this is it. We have 2 choices. I can lose the game, or we can try and win the game. Let's go to the site of the event. They appear to be coming... Okay, they're coming in here. So they're coming right in our military. That's brilliant. Let's fight to defend the city and take these nomads down. And there we go, the invasion force was defeated. Great news, we've taken them down. So let's send our guys, thank you, let's send them back to their fort and... Yep, well-deserved lesson, what indeed. Now, the way things work, it's a little bit different than Pharaoh. This basically, you have you can stop them, you can send them and return them back to their fort. You have different stances, you can rotate them as required. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell which way they're already facing, and that's not bad unemployment. Now we have the different things. You have more defensive stance, you have a middle ground tiger stance, and you have the aggressive dragon stance. Now these are, I believe these affect how much damage you take. Again, I don't have a huge amount of experience with the military stuff, but you can see there we won quite easily for this basic little semi-tutorial mission. So they are fairly powerful, they're not quite as weak as they were, say, in Pharaoh. Okay, worth noting at this point that one of the requirements is going to be an allied city. Now, we haven't dealt with allies before. The way to get that is to pick someone. Khufu I don't like because they were being dicks with trade before, but Bo though opened up immediately. I didn't even have to ask them. Now they require carved jade. So how about we send them a nice big medium gift of carved jade. They will love that. It's basically free stuff for them. Now it looks like Bo loved our gift of carved jade. They're currently agreeable. That's not quite enough though. We're going to need to keep on gifting them. If we had some bronzeware it would be nice. And if we had rice it would also be useful. In that case I probably should have even chosen these guys, as they will give me quite a lot more, but I'm not particularly impressed with Khufu, so we will work on getting Bo on side. Alright, I've done a lot of work in the background here. I've increased our bronze smelters ever so slightly. I've thrown down a lot of clay stuff. Now I'm not sure if this is a... I highly doubt this is sustainable in terms of avoiding collapse and whatnot. So these may collapse and I'll have to rejig the inspector's towers somewhat. But for the time being, things are looking pretty good. We're delivering clay up as required. I've turned off the weaponsmith, so all the bronze here should now start going up to these guys and we can start selling bronzeware as required. Are they making any? No, they don't have any bronze just yet. No doubt that will come shortly. What are you doing? You've got a lot of weapons. We can't store the weapons anywhere, and we can't sell weapons as far as I'm aware. And we better send some stuff off to the gods as well. Now, keeping the gods fairly happy. I do forget occasionally, but you've got a fair bit of lead time here. In the meantime, I think we should send off a bit more carved jade to Bo. Let's send off another medium gift of carved jade. That's cutting into our money because we need to pay to import the jade. That's 95 to import it, and we're losing out on 230 worth of income. But at the time being, we are already at maximum export, so we may as well start using it to bring them onto our side, make an ally out of them, and they will help us militarily in future. Okay, and with that, our ceramic shop has gone down. We can start moving the ceramics out of here and into leveling this people up a little bit further. They get ceramics. It should take them. Excellent. Bo is even more grateful. Let's have a quick look at them. They are currently admiring. That may be enough. Now I'm going to try and request an alliance with them. If it doesn't work, I'll have to send them another gift to level them up further. But for the time being, things are looking pretty good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful houses. Now we need an acrobat. We cannot build an acrobat. So that is maximum level for houses. All I need to do now is make sure that I bring the wage rate down as people move in. And there we go, Bo has now become our ally. They have accepted the alliance. That is very, very good news on our part. What we're going to do here is throw down that there. We're going to roadblock over here as well. I don't need guys going the wrong way. I may actually, no, we're not going to roadblock there. We are going to wall it off. Let's throw in a... Grey wall's my favourite. Let's go tan walls. I haven't used them yet. We'll throw... If I can get it there. There we go, a tan wall finally. Now that will be open to building inspectors to allow them to go down that way if required. But it will be... Is my phone going off again? In good timing. It will be shut to the others. Okay, with that, what we're going to do now is hopefully... Let's see, let's throw some tan walls up here to separate our classy nobles from over there. We'll throw down a couple of elite housing bits. We can get 2, 3, 4 should be sufficient. That should be all we require. I'll throw down, we're going to need ancestral shrines, and we're probably going to need, they've got their own water supply, so they don't require water, but they are going to require, I suspect, a herbalist. 2,000 people, excellent. How's our unemployment? Is going nicely. Okay, worthwhile looking here. We only require modest Sihe Yuan, which is the lowest level, so I suspect, now even though I've right-clicked it, I suspect this could well be the victory right here. As soon as those people... yet there are 5 occupants, I suspect we're going to tick over and win very, very shortly.
You built a new capital with wisdom and protected it with vigor. Like a young tree in a fierce wind, you weathered the first storm without breaking. Those Xiongnu horsemen were a determined foe. Sadly, I fear it is not the last we will see of them.
And there we go, mate. That is the end. We've beaten Zhengzhou, I think it was called. We've beaten that back. It was a fairly simple one. Building within the confines of the wall was a little bit of a challenge, but for the most part, quite interesting. We had good resources, and the only negative we actually had was that we did need to send off. So we did need to import hemp. Anyway, we are well set. We'll be moving on to the next episode very, very shortly. I've been Blxz. This has been Emperor. As I always say, every single bloody episode, smash that thumbs up button if you do indeed enjoy it. Believe it or not, every single like does count, especially for a channel as small and new as mine. Well, it's not that new, but whatever. Small as mine, it will help me to grow. It lets people know that they do indeed enjoy my content. And of course, the flip side to that, if you don't enjoy it, thumbs down button is there and waiting, but at least drop a comment and let me know what you don't like and how I can improve if that's how you're feeling. Anyway guys, take care. I'll see you around.